Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present the video highlights of the last chance qualifier match between Furia Esports and Team Fluxo during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Over in Solarium. He's got the dock here as well. You can think of this as kind of like what we see in the library on this map too. Nobody's painted. We haven't droned. We haven't looked at anything. They're flying into the map. Fluxo is completely flying blind, and there's a mountain off in this fog here. This fog of war is not working out for him, Carter. Wow. Of the push.
No, we're all down here.
And yeah, this is a great adjustment here from Furia. They've matched pace extremely well. They're going to deal some serious damage. That revolver is going to get whipped out. But hey, they're not ready for the Finkaboos. It gets Raps off the floor, and it gets Raps a kill as well. But Furia, they're doing a bang-up job of delaying this.
They are. And the reason why I know it's a basement defense. The reason why I was worried we're all down here is we're all on this wine side. I mean, Furia know exactly where every single attacking resource is now with only 50 seconds left. The likelihood you're going to be able to rotate substantially is very, very low. The best you can do is maybe a backstab down blue, and in a 3v4, sure, Furia might have the lower resources, but they can stall out this time as best as they can. Choking off the Monty, stopping him from pushing into blue. Bellapox tries to catch him off guard, but both Raps and Mitrix come alive. And with the diffuser in hand, this clash is very, very little to do. You'll just be bullied by the Monty the entire time. I really feel for Nade right here. That is an unfortunate position. Gumine hits the Monty in the face. No damage dealt, though. It's a good find early on just to know where the Monty's pushing from, but we got a bit of a backstab
well done.
right now.
That's what we need right there, Fluxo.
I gotta say, shout out to Fluxo for really making me look silly for getting so angry after round one, because with a really nice pinch in blue, sure, you get traded, but you deal so much damage.
They're gonna take it
on the way out. Herd's with a very nice retake downstairs, though. The entirety of these rounds are happening in the basement, it seems. 2 in a row. Now the Monty in a very difficult position. Bellapox spots one around the corner, and Fluxo might have bit off a bit more than they can chew. Baited into this clear downstairs, and everyone from Furia wraps around the entirety of the bottom floor. Jesus. Furia have come to play. Seemed like Fluxo had a good shot at closing things out, but Furia react perfectly. KZ, down a little bit and finished off.
A possible round. There we go.
Not possible.
Right in my cap. So, big moment here. And KZ, he's going to get away with his life. Not for long, though. Hashi's going to show up to the party. Hashi is in bathroom up top. And that's what I was expecting. I was expecting somebody to show up to the party. It's going to be Herds. And it's actually going to be Fluxo this time around that come up on... No, it's not. And really all you're looking to do here is try and use those drones to identify the last position of these players, and that's it right there. They know where the dock is. They know one's over in trophy. They're going to take the verticality here. This trade's perfectly fine, guys. It's 3 versus 1. You really are just worried about Mitrix here. You want to make sure that he's not the person putting the case down. Make sure he's the one holding the angle, have supporting unit over here, and then try and get that case down. It looks like it's going to build up over on the kitchen side. As long as we don't see any crazy shot out of Nade here, this should be just all semantics until Fluxo ends up winning the round. And some nice shots here from Nade, and that's going to be the case down on the ground. This is where things get interesting.
Especially with Mitrix on 1 HP. That's the guy coming down solar.
Come on.
Nate knows he's there. He can easily win this fight through the wall. Sophia putting the diffuser down. This is the only element of coverage. Nate can rotate up front, but surely the diffuser will go down ahead of time. Mitrix just gets around the corner.
Well done.
Easy for the Bailiff to finish off. 1v4 in the making. No, Astro.
They're one of the best in the business, especially across this last little instance of time here for Siege. To bring things back across the line. And it always starts with something like this. Here you go.
Even if they lose this one, a 3-3 half on Chalet might not be great, but it's at least better than Fluxo have had before. But you want as many as you can get on a map that is so hard to defend, on a map that they're so comfortable on. Luke able to find KZ, Fellapox, and Nade separated by both 2 sites and the floor. Nade on low HP, but he can at least hold that vertical angle, stop anybody from pushing into wine by holding this hatch with the SMG-12. Again, might be down a floor. This close quarters engagement will certainly suit the secondary wielded by that Vigil, and Fluxo have shown a bit lackluster intel this entire time.
But they are grasping at straws right now. You can see it just from their positioning. They're going to adjust Fluxo over to the piano side, put Mitrix in here, but they don't even drone out the guy inside of office, and this is why things are getting so complicated for them right now. It was all built on the precipice of them having, or rather, the premise of them having clears over in the library side here, and things just not really working out for them. They just don't get that push that Carter was talking about. They really wanted to have that Nook just try and fly up, but hey, now they're on the precipice of something. A 1 versus 2 for the Monty. He's got case in hand in 30 seconds.
Listen, those are some snappy shots, okay? It's 25 seconds left. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what this man has to offer. He can shield himself from the hatch drop, but the enemy's on such low HP, he cannot miss a single shot effectively. They're both out of C4s. That's probably his saving grace. He's got to go for these fights, and there's just simply... Maybe you wish the Warder's playing connector, but given where Raps' current position is, I mean, he was probably just completely suppressed by the glass that entire time. It's a 5v5 post play, not a single person has died, and the timer's already more than halfway gone. Nade holding the close angle might get pre-fired off of this, but I mean, there's literally nothing you can do, it feels like, at this point. Mitrix will try to go for the long arm, traded out by the glass. 4v1 for Furia.
Absolute menace.
Jesus.
You absolute freak. This is some crazy antics that he's trying to pull off right now. Frag grenade out. A burning vigil gets closer and closer, and he's stuck in between. He doesn't know where to go. Oh, wow. Raps, we have to make a better decision than that. That was just piss poor.
I mean,
he's going to go down. Herds is dead as well, and it's somehow a 4 versus 4 with a minute remaining.
I mean, to be fair, Sam, if I'm getting naded from the left and fired from the right, like, what the hell else are you going to do at a certain point? There's so little you can get accomplished, and that was the immediate impediment, but not the only one. Luke hit on that long angle on Blackwall, will cut down nade. Fluxo looking like a strong position to shut Furia out of round 8. They just try to go in for the plant, literally since Copenhagen, and yeah, we'll see KZ just walk in, likely go for the kill. Yep, on this guy right here. Astro clearly a bit ready for it. We'll tag some shots in response, but Herd's able to get the first pick on Blue, second on to Hashi. This is instinct that Furia are operating on at this point. Fluxo are doing a good job to keep it as close as it is, but this is literally a plan that they don't even need to communicate to execute. This is something that is an old reliable in Furia's playbook. They put Luke it down below and on low HP. Raps is stuck on the site. KZ just trying to bait time to allow the other players to get into position. Easy pinch on the player in stock. Luke needs to win that fight. KZ has walked up short as well, and the Grim can push in just at the same time. Everyone from Fluxo is so focused up top, they've hollowed out the interior. The vertical angles will still be a problem, and it's something that Fluxo could win the round on if Furia aren't careful watching. But they need to take it. They need to take it now, and Furia are just more than ready for it. 5-2, 5-1, and in all likelihood, 5
have happen against you. One player that really stepped up on the side of Furia though, which they might have to look into shutting down, is a player like Nate. He was active in quite a few clutch situations. Didn't get the first one that he was put into, but then 2 rounds in a row, he was the one to end the round with either a really important play.
But I'm really worried for Fluxo in this regard. Although it is Cafe, and there's a lot of limiting factors to how aggressive you can get on this map, mostly because to gain access to the top floors, you're either going through a hatch, a skylight, or you're flying in through a window. Furia is one of these teams that if there is a way to...
Furia with a minute remaining, pushing even further into the site. Nade just going in, and Raps doesn't have a great angle on it. C4 will go out, forces Nade off, and now gives the Sentry an angle onto where Furia are trying to put this diffuser down. Luke has died in the process, and while Astro finds one, the bigger threat might not be that MP5 SD, but might be the Yokais he's got to deny this plant even further. JV92 with a great backstab. Not even the player he was hunting. The Echo is his primary target, and now his final one. Though Astro with a nice set of kills will pepper a few more shots into Nade, put him to half HP, but given that he's only a couple bullets away from death.
And once again, here we are. Herds. I said 1 versus 1. It's up against Raps. I don't know if they have solid info on this player. He might just be holding the rotation to see if he tries to make a dash for white. I think that's exactly what we're about to get. Freebie?
Question mark? Wallbang?
Really difficult now. You'd expect him to hit that shot, and oh, Mitrix does not even turn around, rather Raps, and that's going to be under Raps for Furia. It's a 4 versus 2. 4 versus 1. Yeah, 4 versus none.
At least be cognizant of the fact that if I say, hey, who's watching what? I've got brown, I've got white, and nobody says red, odds are Herds might be there, and Luke is doing exactly that. He rotates, gets a long angle onto brown, and Herds is caught as he tries to move down. Finally, some good reactions for Fluxo that might net them their first defensive win. Last Dokkaebi call goes out. JV92 with 1 Deathmark tracker remaining, but he's spotted on red stairs, and there's a crossfire on his position. Furia have made some crazy late-round rotations work, but I think Fluxo have the better of them here. DMR can easily find the second, but Fellapox might land the shots. It takes off very close on this cocktail window. We'll send a flash in as firebolts go in response. Uses the sound to allow himself to repel in. Will take that very close angle. Astro with the first one on to Nade, and nobody's giving a gunfight to JV92. Finally, he does, but it's only a trade. 3v3 as Fluxo have been able to keep this close. Started off with an opening pick. As KZ strikes, JV92 holds that angle. Furia finish it off as quick.
Trick pony. This is not a one-front assault. They still have that lurker downstairs, and it's going to be Herds once again. Gets a big pick on White and also tracks another player the top stairwell. That is a crazy angle there from Astro. KZ got caught completely off guard because who the hell is going to be crouch walking across bar at a time like this? Apparently him. It gets down to a 2 versus 2. A 1 versus 2.
Actually. Nade stuck outside of the building. As Raps on a long angle cuts down Herds. This is not unwinnable, but it really depends on what damage has been done to those mirror windows and how close somebody is playing underneath this new hatch. You can probably drop safely unless... No, nobody's on the balcony. So yeah, you are safe to drop and likely even recover the diffuser as well. See one player playing on that mirror window, but there's a castle barricade in the way, so they can wrap around Brown, but Nade actually has time Nade actually has time to push deeper into the site as he's doing right now. He'll come off as he hears one, the C4 go out, but Raps makes the smart call.
Furia. We know how fast they like to act. Remember, guys, it's all about when they want to try and swing through, and that is going to make so much noise. That was a beautiful setup here from Furia. The boogie drone up top just tears up the flooring, makes life so difficult for them. The frag grenade in. This is going to put Hashi all the way back on his heels, and this is not looking hot for Fluxo. This is not looking hot at all.
This is the first time I feel like we've even been close to 20 seconds remaining with more than 2 people alive.
Oh no.
KZ, that is ridiculous. I mean, you're supposed to hold bottom White, and he's like, I'm getting bored. I'm going to fight this guy. But it's actually not working out so far. It's only a 3v3 as Fluxo briefly held the man advantage. But everyone else is holding their power positions. Herds on for 3 as Hashi moves into the freezer. And the round ends on Trader to bring, but the one salient, operator that Fluxo had that succeeded, that blitz has not been a factor. Now we'll see a rush into the site. This is a good call. That is completely shut down as everyone stacks on top of each other, running into the reading room door. Raps will find Nade wrapping around the new balcony to get a kill, but Fluxo have walked into the building and immediately into the line of fire. Not come away the victors. 39 HP for Lukid. Raps shut down. The map seems like it might just be over at this point. Astro making a good fight of it, though. Just traded out. What can you do at this point? You even just wait, try to have a tactical timeout. KZ will feed himself to, I don't even say the beast, but feed himself to Astro. It's a 1v2, Sam.
Oh, man, Carter. Have your gun down. You can't have that.
We'll see some utility go out. 3 of the canisters, 4 of the canisters from Grim. Expended within the first minute. Will anything be gained of it? Does seem to set up Hashi at least briefly, but JV92, 2 rounds in a row, catches 2 Fluxo members in the same spray. That's a good heads-up fight by Raps. It seemed Nade had that one lined up. But Herds will go for the retake. Doesn't seem that Grim is aware of this. Drone will go out, so he'll push even further up Whitehall to try and dodge that bit of intel, but it will turn around. And now Herds does find himself in a bit of a difficult spot. The Bellapox will go up, but Raps still loses the fight. Final canister expended as well. All for naught. Shotgun swapped. Pixel dead. Mitrix 1v3. Can you do it?
Stop it.
No, you
Stop it.
can't.
About the communication as well, you can definitely see that is what they thrived in today. It already started showing on Shelly. We talked about the good communication, how they had all of their cross fires covered, all of their angles covered. It continued here on Cafe. What we saw is the flawless round 6 taken to finish a 4-2 attacking split. That's not common on a map like Cafe. Just shows that if you work together, if you do communicate together, if you bring out these operators that work well against Fluxo, then it will actually help you. JV